Hello, this is Navarun. I'm CEO of Transitry. So continuing the whole concept of carbon market, we are enabling carbon governance. Now, a quick recap. So since last year, we have about 350,000 of hectares of land under management in 4 different countries. We are focused on decarbonization of the agricultural space, so focused on nature-based solutions. And in terms of revenue, we have generated about $150,000 by selling carbon credits from biogas projects. In terms of product, we have a blockchain platform which is inbuilt on our proprietary blockchain infrastructure. So this is for transparency, traceability, and auditability of the process. And finally, we have AI models, both for predictive analytics and risk analysis for the projects, and also primarily to automate the entire process of enlisting a carbon project. Now, the core problem that we see in most cases is inefficiency of the carbon governance and basically less reliability on the underlying data. So when we go down to the issue that was raised by the Guardian with Vera, this is what it comes down to, and this is why any investment, any impact claims that is associated with these projects is always a concern. So we have a very simple system. The blockchain platform that we are talking about, that is primarily for data governance, and we manage the auditability and the traceability of the data end to end. So that is from source to trade. And finally, because of the AI element of predictive ability, we are able to also activate financial commitments. So financial commitments can be from organizations such as you may be aware of PFAN Advisory. So PFAN is part of UNIDO and REAP. You've got Green Climate Fund. So similarly, they're also advising other family offices as well as climate impact funds. And on top of that, if we are to look at the actual software itself, so we are classified as MRV, monitoring, reporting, verification. So we go all the way from collection of data from the agricultural farms, including rice. And basically within this space, we also incorporate multiple ways of collecting data. So one way can be in the form of a gas chromatograph when it comes to rice. So we do have our own proprietary technology for gas chromatograph. So we are in the process of filing for an IP for that. On top of that, we also collaborate with other IoT sensors, as well as we do rely on satellite data. So far, all the data that we have been relying on is primarily from Sentinel-2 and also Google Earth Engine. But additionally, we are also looking for collaborations with other data providers such as Catapult, which is doing methane monitoring data. So there is certainly a lot of interesting data being provided from satellite angle. And then in terms of the source to trade, we do the entire end-to-end process of registering a project, monitoring, then getting it validated by VVBs, which is validation and verification bodies, and then going all the way to sales of the carbon credits. And as I mentioned, we've already sold carbon credits. So selling can happen through multiple ways. We've done over the counter. So this was through a broker in the UK. But we do have connections with some of the largest marketplaces and exchanges, including Air Carbon Exchange and CBL markets. And finally, when it comes to going for a certification, such as, let's say, Rainforest Alliance, we can certainly get it done because we have the first-party data available in hand. Now, I won't go much into detail into this. We are a stack value, going all the way from creating digital twin for an agriculture or agroforestry use case, all the way up to managing the carbon initiatives. And in terms of markets, we are looking at 2 very specific markets: global voluntary carbon offset, which is about $2 billion right now, and then going up to about $50 billion, and obviously global green finance market. So global green finance market is supposed to be close to, I would say, a few $1 trillion, as reported by World Bank. And essentially, we're looking at about a $400 billion market by 2030. So certainly, that is where the largest market lies. And the way our business model works is that we take a success fee on the sales of the carbon credits, which is about 25% to 30%, but it's negotiable. And then on top of that, the SaaS platform that we are providing, the MRV, that goes for about $1 per hectare per year. And that amounts to about, let's say, $15,000 to all the way up to, let's say, $30,000, depending on the size of the project. So size of the projects we're dealing with are about 50,000 hectares all the way up to 300,000 hectares. And in terms of the financing, we are about to launch the financing by the end of the year. So that's about 0.5% commission on the financing value. So this is the core business model. And in terms of our traction so far, so as I mentioned, we have reached about 500,000 hectares of land under management. The target by the end of the year is about close to 2.5, 2.8 million hectares. And the estimation is very simple. It's based on an estimate that we are able to generate average of 3 to 4 carbon credits per hectare per year. And the selling price for nature-based solutions is about at $10 per carbon credit, but it is expected to go up to about $50, $60 by the end of the year. Just a quick mention here is that there are some outliers. So we are running a biochar project right now, and the biochar project is in Indonesia. So biochar has two different types. One is you can apply for carbon credits for the production, and you can apply for carbon credits for the application. So biochar credits, they actually go for about 100 euros per credit, and that was this year. So this is where the outliers are, and obviously we do have those elements coming in and impacting higher revenue as well. In terms of the team, myself, I come from a corporate innovation and venture capital background. So I used to work with Plug and Play. I have been associated with multiple agricultural sector companies such as Sharon Popcorn Group, Genting Plantations, Sime Darby Plantations. So we do have actually the palm plantation partners in Malaysia as well. And for Vishan, he has been a corporate venture builder, and he has been primarily involved in products. Lately, he also built out a carbon accounting tool for one of the largest oil major companies. So Vishan handles all the product and operations. I handle the business development primarily for the company. And we do have a team of in-house agronomists, as well as we do have a very strong AI team. Plus, we are getting into very strong collaborations with universities in South Korea as well as in Australia. And this is to focus on two things. One is AI for satellite data analysis, so basically GIS. And then the second part is actually crop modeling. So if you look at crop modeling, this is a way to simulate different scenarios of emissions. So just wrapping up, it can be for carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide. So we're primarily focused on that, and we're trying to improve the models. So that is another IP that we are working on at this moment. So yeah, I think quick wrap up is that we've already raised a pre-seed round of $600,000. That was late last year, Q4. And we are looking to raise another $1 million at this point. So yeah, that's us. Thank you.